What's up, YouTube? Back in another video. In today's video, man, we're going to be going over how to become a god at COD video series. I think we're like number 4 or 5 now in the series. But I know I kind of went over this in MW2, and I wanted to go over this again here in MW3. I think because it's easier to start fresh on MW3 because class setups are a little different. I think I've also partially went over this in the beta for NW3 as well, but since we have the full game, we have access to just more things. By the way, don't mind the cars in the background. I have my window open because it's hot, and of course this mic picks up everything, so just ignore the cars in the background. But we're going to go over some class stuff to know about going into MW3 for people who are looking to grind. Camos, kills, nukes, high kill games, wins, all that type of stuff. So, first off, I recommend using all custom loadouts 12. I know some people think it's intimidating to have that many loadouts, but I promise you, you're going to thank me later, bro. I think personally we should bring back the old system in Advanced Warfare. For one, if people didn't know about that, Advanced Warfare had a system where you could get up to almost 100 creative classes, which I think was amazing. I would pay $10 for 100 class setups that I could build, because I would love to just build builds with every gun and have every gun literally on in a class setup, so that I could, switch to any build of any class of any form I want at any given time. And COD Ghost had, I think, that too. COD Ghost had like different operators that would have 10 each, so really you would have like over 100 different options. But let's get into class setup. So we're gonna break it down. We're gonna go over the weapons, then the tacticals and field upgrades. Then we're gonna go over perks. Okay, we're gonna break it down. The vest, in my opinion, the only one that's even worth having currently in the game is is really just the engineer vest. I truly believe this is the only decent vest in the entire game, to be honest with you. Especially when you're just running around doing camos, it's really great because you can have tac mass and EOD, so you're being protected by explosives and stuns slash flashes. So I don't know why you would run anything other than engineer vest. I prefer infantry vest, but I think right now in the game, till they fix EOD, or nerf grenades in general. I know they said they're nerfing grenades. I don't think it's worth running. Same with gunner, overkill, comms, or demolition. Just doesn't seem all that useful. So for all my classes, I'm running engineer currently. So guns, I would recommend, and this is going to be my setup for pretty much every class, especially once I get the mastery camo on MP. It's going to be probably the micro Uzi. For anyone that doesn't know what the micro Uzi is, it's just the WSP Stinger, because that's literally what it is. It's a micro Uzi, small combat. But that's what I'm probably going to be running on most of my classes. That and the Renetti. I think the Renetti and the Stinger are probably the two best pistols in the game. The tier's okay, and the core 45 is really good in zombies, but I'm not really feeling it in MP, to be quite honest with you. Now, I'm not going to be going into super a lot of depth in this video just because I've gone over this before, but I would recommend having the micro Uzi as your secondary, and then primaries. I think primaries are an interesting idea. So if you're going to run a speed class, so something you're going to be running around with, I recommend running something like an SMG, like an Uzi, the UMP, the Scorpion, something like that, right? If you're going a little slower or you're more defensive, going for nuclears, I'm going to recommend the ARs. So like the ACR, the G36, the AK, stuff like that. And then everything else is kind of just whatever, right? You know, shotguns, LMGs, marksmans, battle rifles, snipers, and I think I don't know if I said that, but battle rifles are really good in this game. I don't know if anyone knows that, but battle rifles are actually quite good. Like the BAS P is super smooth, and the MTZ 762 is pretty good too overall. The Sidewinder is pretty bad, but I'm gonna be working on some builds here in the next couple of days to really nail down the Sidewinder, especially when I go for camos with it. I'm gonna really hit those classes hard and see if I can do something with it. Also, the marksmans, just a quick tip. I wanted to mention this in another video, but I just figured I'd mention it here too. You can turn this gun into fully auto. I have the operator mod. It works, so you can use it as an assault rifle, and that works for camos as well. So really build your class around those assault rifles, SMGs, shotguns, whatever you choose to use. Build it around that. So like I'm running engineer vest, and then obviously on classes that I don't need to get tac kills, I'm running stims. Stims are incredible since this game has a shitty TTK and a shitty time to kill and a shitty health system and shitty pretty much everything when it comes to the actual damage output and damage input. So I recommend stims because stims will save you. They're W's. Field upgrades, I run munitions box just because I'm going for high kill games and I just like to have, as many bullets as possible, right? I don't like to run out of ammo. I'm like that on every game, to be quite honest. Like DayZ, I'm running around with like 700 rounds. Like this is an unimaginable amount of ammo, but I prefer it much more than anything else. Perks, I'm running currently commando gloves, tactical pads, tap mask, and EOD. And obviously you can run whatever you want, but when you're building these classes, keep in mind that sometimes things are useless. Do keep that in mind. Scavenger gloves. This is useless if you're running field upgrades like the munitions box. Okay, useless. Because majority of the time you're gonna have enough ammo in between munitions boxes, right? And if you run scavenger, then don't run munitions, right? It's pretty simple. If you're running ordnance, why? Ordnance is kind of dumb. You don't really need ordnance. I've been doing with my tac grind, which is, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the tactical kills for throwing like stun grenades or flash grenades at people and then killing them with the SMGs. I haven't even been using ordnance, and I've been doing a-okay, right? I've been playing a lot of Rust, and it's been helping. Marksman gloves. You don't need to be hard scoping, right? I'm sure if you're watching this video, you want to be good at Call of Duty, so you don't want to be hard scoping. So you don't need these, man. You don't need them. They're useless. They're useless, man. The assault gloves are really good. I want to start using these more often because these allow you to jump and aim and all that stuff. And then also the increased weapon spot speed is really good for you quick players. The only reason I'm running commando is just so I can reload while sprinting. Just makes my life a little bit easier. I can skid out a lot of engagements and still reload. Same with the boots, man. Like stalker boots. Why would you be running or crouch moving around? Like some of these will be good in Warzone. Like that's the hard scoping might be better in Warzone. Stalker might be better in Warzone. But like in MP, you're not going to be walking around crouched and shit, or ADSing. And if you are, you're kind of just like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? And then running Steegers, really great actually. I need to start using these, bro, because man, these things probably are the goats, bro. Because I swear tac sprint is so slow in this game, like coming back wise. But I do like tactical pads. That's what I've been running mostly, just because it allows that increased speed, slide velocity, and you're allowed to aim while sliding, which is nice for if you're trying to do sliding kills specifically. Increased climbing boots, increased climbing and mantling speed, reduces fall damage. That's great. Good pair of boots, especially if you're a zombie or whatever. It's good. Or not a zombie, sorry, Warzone. And then lightweight boots. These are also what I was using a lot during the first couple of weeks. Like first 2 weeks or so of the game, I was using these a lot. Then tac mask and EOD are the only two things, in my opinion, worth anything in this other menu. Like all these other ones are kind of just whatever. This is something I do need to start running though. To improve your load speed. That's probably the only one I would recommend. If you're not going to run tac mask or EOD, run mag holster. I think once they nerf like the grenade damage and explosive damage, because I know the grenades are really OP right now, I'm probably going to be running this instead of EOD. Because I think if they reduce the damage of nades, I don't think nades are usually that bad. Like, for the most part, nades are pretty good in COD. You don't need to worry about dying to them. Except for right now, because right now they can literally kill you across the map. Because they're broken. But like all these other ones, man, pretty dumb. High alert, for example. Why are you using this, bro? Just get better, bro. Just get better, man. I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real, man. But all these other ones are pretty much useless. I'm sure someone will come out there and be like, "Well, this works well." If you're trying to get good at the game, you want to use things that are actually helping you and not just wasting a slot, right? That's like, would you rather have extended mags or a hand grip on your gun, right? You're gonna obviously want the hand grip if it helps you. Sure, the extra ammo would be nice, but like if it's not necessarily needed, right? Same with EOD. I think EOD right now is really needed, even though it technically doesn't really work for grenades. I didn't notice it doesn't really work that well for nades. It still slowly helps a little bit. I might run today without EOD to see the difference, but um, yeah, if you want to run an EOD, do. If you want to run something else, I mean, you can. But again, nades are kind of just overpowered no matter what, so it doesn't really much matter. So that's basically the basic way of creating a class. I did do videos on this before, so that's why I'm not going into super depth detail. But I wanted to start fresh with NW3. When I do these series, I can kind of break down each individual thing. Um, Plus, with camo grinding, I'm not really recording that much footage. But that's pretty much that, man. If you're doing score streaks, same way, layer them the same way with like doing UAV. I say UAV, advanced UAV are two must-haves in this game. Your third streak, Omni VTOL. I think VTOLs are great, just for just for getting people to not focus on you for a few minutes, especially if you're getting swamped with players. It gives you a little bit of breathing room because they're always so worried about shooting it down. Um, but something I've been seeing a lot more being used is SAM turrets, and I might actually start using SAM turrets too because they're really good for just kicking out other enemy UAVs and counters because they'll target everything. So and they're really cheap too. It's only 500 kill points. So like if you're capturing flags, it's like nothing. Um, but with that being said, man, that's the video. I know this is kind of short compared to all the other um, videos that I've uploaded for this series, but it is kind of late and I've been grinding, so I want to kind of get back to the grinding, and I'll have longer videos for these, and especially for the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna have a map control out, controlling recoil out, settings videos, all types of cool stuff out there coming out soon. So be prepared for that. And with that being, I love y'all, one of a kind. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.